Hello, I'm Archie Luxury and welcome to the program. I was trolling around the internet and looking for content. You know, I always try to find good topics to talk about, and I find with a lot of the forums they give me some food for thought to think about, you know, with the collecting. And there was a great question asked: has anyone sold all their watches to buy just one Grail watch? And very, very interesting discussion. And the guy was saying, every once in a while I consider selling all my watches in my modest collection to buy just one. I haven't done it yet, mainly because I think I'd have seller's and buyer's remorse, and because I can't decide what I'd like to be my one watch after years of switching watches every day. Has anyone sold all their watches for just one, and has that gone for you? I'm considering selling the following to upgrade to just one. He's got an Omega Seamaster GMT, no big loss with that one. Omega Speedmaster X33, no great loss. Borman Mercer Hampton, no great loss. Hamilton Below Zero PVD, no great loss. Hamilton Tacky Miller, no great loss. Hamilton Jazzmaster, no great loss. Assorted Casios, they belong in the bin. And but I think the biggest problem is, I don't know if you could sell some of that shit there. You're going to have a hard time getting rid of that in today's economy. But a few comments that came in, and one guy said, I saw a 5127. That's very similar to Archie's 5107 a few years ago, and I have been haunted ever since. At $20,000 for now, it's well out of my comfort range for a single watch, but I'm still wrangling to figure out how to get one. You've got yourself a truly great watch there. Congratulations. And another person was saying, I couldn't do it personally. The last watch I bought was financed by selling 3 others, and now I feel that it's almost too good for me. If I stop to think of its value on the secondary market, I'm very compelled to sell it, but so far I've kept it because it's a watch I cherish for a number of reasons. And that's a very, very interesting type of comment there. And you know, another person, for me, there is no one watch. When I want to wear a dress watch, I want to wear a dress watch. When I wear a sports watch, I want to wear a sports watch. Sometimes I want a sporty dress watch. The list goes on, and for me, which is probably why I own so many watches. Many people will consider my collection to be mediocre, but that's by design. I feel more comfortable wearing a watch that suits me and my lifestyle than watch wearing me, so to speak. I once saw a man on the elevator wearing an IWC white gold Da Vinci, which is one watch I'd like to own if I could find one. But when I saw it and saw who was wearing it, I thought to myself, he likes to spend a lot of money. Maybe if he wasn't working for a living, I might have had a different opinion. But from that point forward, I have avoided watches that might leave that impression with anyone. This was long before any indication of an economic collapse, but I'm sure that many people now share that opinion. There's a fine line between being a connoisseur and a dandy. I guess, to make a long story short, selling all my watches to buy one Grail watch would be contrary to my desires. And another view came in. Has anyone sold all your watches to buy one Grail? I think I would get a little boring after a while. Remember that diversity is the spice of life, and as long as you truly enjoy your collection, despite having 1 or 10, that is all that matters. I buy the watches for myself and not for credibility on TZ, time zone. Although it is nice when you can have both. I think it's natural as a collector to ponder the question, but to liquidate a decent-sized collection of watches you enjoy would be difficult for me. And I know from my own experience, when I firstly got my 5107 white gold Calatrava, I sold off quite a few pieces to help fund it. I did inherit some money, but I still sold off some pieces to help with the funding. I sold off a two-tone Rolex Datejust 16234. I sold off an Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, and I sold off my Breitling Navitimer. And those were 3 pieces I really loved, and I acquired the Calatrava. But I got to say one thing. The Calatrava was great and it's wonderful, but it is a dress watch, and it's made of 18 carats, so you have to be a bit careful with what you do with it. And at times, I often got a bit shitty because I was wearing my really good Calatrava, doing things, and I thought, shit, I better be careful. And if I had a steel watch on, I wouldn't have that sort of anxiety. And I ended up buying a few more watches and adding to the collection. And I later on said to my wife, I said, hey, I just love watches, and why do I have to limit myself for something that gives me so much pleasure? And ever since then, I decided to build a fuck off collection, or fuck off pieces, and they've really made me happy because that's who I am. I'm a materialistic person who gets joy and satisfaction in having the absolute best at my disposal. The absolute best. And I like a Holy Grail piece every fucking day of the week. I'm Archie Luxury. Tell me what you think.